I'm Symphony Privet. Thank you for joining us here on Featured. We hope to inspire or simply make you smile with uplifting stories across the country. A Virginia school food pantry says it's fully stocked, ensuring no student goes hungry. It started as an idea that later grew into a movement. Sean Martinelli speaks to a mother whose compassion is feeding her entire community.
There's an energy here at Annandale High School, not only because their mascot is an atom, but because of people like Norma Fody.
Yeah. Easel stack.
Norma is not a staff member, not a teacher, not an administrator. She's a mother.
That's the rice.
Whose kids don't even go here. We're at the food pantry she started when her kids were students, when she learned of the need.
You'd be surprised at some of the schools who have pantries, where you think we're in Fairfax County, one of the wealthiest counties in the country.
As you can tell, Norma's got a heart bigger than that box of Cheerios.
Most people, parents do this, their kids are in school, then their kids graduate and they stop.
Or they're crazy and keep volunteering. Is that what we're getting at?
But like peanut butter belongs with jelly,
It's a community within our community.
Norma belongs here.
It kind of came at a time in your own life when you needed something.
Yes. My mother had passed away the year before.
Her mother, who once started a soup kitchen, who instilled in Norma a sense of service.
I was feeling really lost and trying to work through my own grief. And this came up, and it gave me a sense of purpose.
Now, 7 years later, that purpose carries Norma's pantry.
It's also a workout, as you can see.
Twice a month, this trailer transforms into a store.
And who knew that someone who really didn't know anything about any of this could do it?
There is a fire within Norma that burns pretty bright.
That's Annandale principal Sean DeRose.
She represents everything that Annandale is and hopes to be.
Now other schools are replicating Norma's efforts.
It's kind of like this subculture now of school pantries.
One mom with one idea created an entire community.
We'll text each other, we get together, we brainstorm what's working for you, what's not. I think we've been referred to as angels. I don't know about that.
And as for the angel who guided her here,
What do you think she would think of all this?
I think she'd be very proud. Very proud. Because I think if kids and families know you care, they care. It's still my community. Whether I have students at this school or not, it is my community. And that's important to me.
important to the mom who keeps pushing forward Annandale's energy.
Thanks, Pat.
And its heart. Sean Martinelli.
All right, we're making a pit stop at a Texas sandwich shop where the special ingredient is the owner, Big John. Now, if you look on Google, you'll see loads of good reviews about the food, but Big John's customers say it's his heart that stands out the most. And as Adriana Diabla explains, he's always been the giver, but now his community is stepping up for him.
They call it Colossal for a reason. Not just the sandwich shop,
is that for here to go?
but the heart behind it.
And I had no idea.
For years, Jonathan Merrill, known as Big John, has been feeding this community.
Every time you walk through the doors, you just get to hear that big booming voice.
A veteran, a father, and the owner of Colossal Sandwich Shop.
And I love it when people walk in.
Through inflation, busted air conditioners, and 3 different break-ins.
Thank you so much.
When it's been tough, his community has always shown up.
Nothing is about him.
This time, it's his pastor showing him support in a time of need.
Everybody knows Colossal.
Last week, Big John was in a hospital bed with pneumonia and a heart infection. Today, he was back at work because he knows this community is where he belongs.
They've saved us every time.
John and his family have poured into the community through supply drives and even cooking meals for strangers.
These guys are just a light.
But when the one who always gives suddenly needs help, his community knew just what to do.
And now you're helping him back.
And now we're helping him back. Absolutely.
Salvation Home Church launched a fundraiser to help Big John heal and remind him he's never alone. For John, it's not easy being on the receiving end.
I'd rather be the giver than have to ask. Thank you.
But in Bedford, neighbors don't let neighbors stand alone. In Bedford, I'm Adriana D'Alba.
An athlete is breaking down barriers and showing everyone that with the right support, anything is possible. Lauren Bradford introduces us to the young woman who was the first athlete with Down syndrome to play collegiate field hockey.
Maggie Cutts got into sports for the same reason most kids do, because her friends played.
My friends had to go down and play with them.
In her senior year of high school, she shared the field with her younger sister, Vic.
My freshman year of high school, she was a senior, and so that was definitely my favorite season of field hockey I'll ever play.
But high school wasn't the end of Maggie's field hockey journey.
We were trying to build a brand new team, and we were looking for players who were students, and we found Maggie Cutts.
Maggie joined Penn State Harrisburg's inaugural field hockey team in 2024.
It was fun. I enjoyed being with the people that I knew, and it was just fun times.
And in the process, made NCAA history.
It was so cool to see her being the first Division III athlete with Down syndrome. It's just been such a cool thing to see, and I feel like she's just inspired so many people and just showed so many people that no matter who you are, no matter what your abilities are, like you can still play sports.
Maggie even inspired her sister Victoria to create All-Stars Adaptive Field Hockey.
I want people to have the same opportunity that my sister Maggie had. I mean, anyone can have a stick with them, roll a ball around, play duck, duck, goose on a field hockey field. Like, just bringing that to life, and even just bringing people with disabilities into the community, having them come to our games, having them watch, is just so important to me because I saw how much my sister loves it, and I just want other people to get that opportunity.
Field hockey is still a big part of Maggie's life. She now serves as an assistant coach for the Lions.
And Maggie brings a lot to us in terms of her love of field hockey. It's been a great relationship, and we hope it continues to grow.
Alrighty, that was Lauren Bradford reporting. Switching gears to the boxing ring now. Young athletes from Buffalo are exchanging jabs and friendship with their peers from Ireland. Peter Gallivan shows us how boxing is bringing together the two cultures.
Within this Orchard Park gym lives the spirit of the Fighting Irish.
It was the coolest experience ever.
Delaney hard at work, training with her dad, gym owner Kevin Cunningham, and under another watchful eye, that of Kevin's mom, Lizzie Donahoe, an Irish immigrant, immortalized in this mural.
She was overlooking me while I was sparring, overlooking all the work that I put into this gym beforehand, and then it still felt like she was with me when I went to her homeland, to her country. So yeah, it was so cool.
Delaney was one of 6 local boxers who traveled to Belfast to compete as part of the program Bridges Beyond Boxing, which uses the sport as a gateway to life-changing experiences for athletes from the United States and Ireland who learn about different cultures and acceptance. For Delaney, this trip was not only her first trip with the program, it was her first actual boxing match.
You're so focused on, like, is my form okay? Is everything pretty? Like, are the punches good? And then you get hit and you're like, it does not matter. You're just going in there fighting for your life, it feels.
And although she took a few good shots, she did pretty well, going 1-1 against her Irish combatants.
I was just so proud of her.
Proud of what she did and where she did it.
I told Delaney, I said, Delaney, we're not going to a different country to fight. We're going home.
Patty Gorman worked for years to bring the program to Buffalo. Last year, his work paid off as a group from Ireland got a taste of the United States and all that the Queen City had to offer. This year, it was the Buffalo Boxers' chance to cross the ocean.
It was the greatest thing. I thought last year was amazing. This year, just seeing their faces when we got off the plane, just seeing when they met their families, seeing when they walked into the gym, seeing how just appreciative they were. I was living through their joy every single second of the day.
It was wonderful. It was absolutely a beautiful experience because you have the stress of fighting and the stress of going on a trip, but both are kind of distractions for one another. So it was just super cool experience.
That was Pete Gallivan reporting. And we have much more for you straight ahead on Featured. Nearly a century of memories unlocked, from his incredible experiences to the simple lessons he's learned along the way. We find out this man's secret to happiness and longevity, plus a full circle celebration. A girl is celebrating her double-digit birthday at the scene of her unique delivery. Welcome back, everyone. We're about to hear some wise words from a guy who has lived through the Great Depression, World War II, and the digital age. Well, now he was sharing his life lessons with Candace Hare. Let's take a listen in.
What time do you normally get up in the morning?
About 4:30 to 5 o'clock.
You're an early bird.
Yeah.
Before most of us hop out of bed.
Hello.
Good morning, George.
Good morning. Good morning.
George Baldwin is already moving around his home in Medina. A steady stride, a familiar grin. His day always begins this way.
Pretty much a routine that I go through. Get up and then go to the gym and work out.
By 8 o'clock, a quiet breakfast, and the day takes its familiar shape. Then his hands go to work. They've never liked to stay still.
I always have to do something.
Here, George builds stories you can hold, intricate diamond paintings and large dollhouses, ones he's perfected down to the smallest details.
I've got hunting grandchildren, so I thought I'd build it for them, but it'd be hard to ship that anywhere, transport it or anything. So I said I would more than likely give it to the children's home here.
But his routine hasn't just filled days. It's carried him through his lifetime. Tucked away are badges, a helmet.
This is my wife.
Old photographs.
I was born, of course, in February 1930. It was a depression at that time.
George grew up in St. Louis and served 4 years with the Army.
We monitored all the information from North Korea to Petropavlovsk-Kamchatka in China. And that's how I spent the 4 years.
After his military career, his routine shifted to the factory floor.
I went to McDonald Aircraft Company because I had some people that I knew that worked there.
It was his steady work that would help define a generation, helping send the first Americans to space and launch the first space station.
It was very, I guess, encouraging would be the best word, to work on that program and with those people, because they all knew how important it was and what it means not only to the space program of exploration, but for the country.
And even today, his hands create things that touch lives beyond his own.
I would say that's life. That's what it's meant to be. Making progress and helping people along the way.
That was Candace Hare reporting. Now let's take it to the beginning of a life in Minnesota. A special delivery happened at a McDonald's 10 years ago. A newborn just couldn't wait to make her entrance, giving a new meaning to fast food. Well, now she is celebrating her 10th birthday where it all started. Boyd Hubert takes us to the party.
Orders are up.
McDonald's built a reputation on food delivered fast.
Run it up.
But this is a story about a different McDonald's delivery.
When I threw open the door, what a sight it was.
Angie Creer was a Centennial Lakes police officer 10 years ago when a call came in for assistance.
Hello.
At this Lino Lakes McDonald's.
Oh my gosh!
A pregnant woman, her husband, and mother had been driving north on I-35 when she felt the need to use a bathroom.
Notoriously, McDonald's has really clean bathrooms.
The lure that brought Claire and Eric Evenson here.
Then went in to use the bathroom and quite literally sat down and 2 little feet popped out.
Claire's delivery was arriving 12 weeks early.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Breach.
Anything else for you?
While still in the parking lot, her mom became concerned.
As soon as we got out of the car, we could hear her screaming. And so then we ran in and...
Eric helped move Claire, a registered nurse, to the bathroom floor as Angie arrived.
I just started barking orders.
I do remember, Officer Angie and my mom helping me deliver Eleanor. And, once she was out, Officer Angie and I working together to help resuscitate her.
When she arrived at the hospital, Eleanor weighed just 2 pounds. Her birth earned a headline in the Star-Tribune. But Eleanor's recovery lingered far beyond the time frame of breaking news.
She was in the NICU for 113 days.
I think we were readmitted a dozen times.
She had nurses at home until she went to kindergarten.
A chromosome abnormality meant multiple surgeries and years of therapy.
Good job.
As Eleanor grew, her parents shared the story of her birth.
I think it's special to me because I'm the only one in my family who was born at a McDonald's.
So with a big birthday coming up,
Very excited to be 10.
Should we go inside?
Eleanor's parents thought it might be time
Yeah.
for a family field trip.
Yeah, our first day. They were funny on the corner. I see it, I see it, I see it.
Their first trip back to the McDonald's where Eleanor's story began.
Happy birthday! Happy Mom!
What better place
I love you.
for her party?
Happy birthday!
Grandparents
I love you too.
and cousins
Can you get a picture?
and someone else
Oh, that was so nice.
who had a role to play.
Hi, birthday girl! How are you?
Officer Angie,
Yes, well, you are.
honorary member of the family
Thank you. You're welcome.
Need a large fry.
that's feasting today on memories.
We had two separate ambulances. I went in one and he and Eleanor went in another.
I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a cop. But she's my success.
Can everyone say cheese to mommy?
This time, McDonald's also delivered cake
It's a purse.
and a present.
That is so cool.
Thanks, guys.
I suppose you would remember somebody giving birth in your McDonald's, but they were so kind and so welcoming, and we sort of now destroyed the place twice.
Happy birthday, dear Eleanor.
And maybe they'll be back. Next year, after all, is Eleanor's
Happy birthday, Nora.
golden.
Oh, I love that for them. Great story from Boyd Hubert. Now don't go too far. Here's a look at what's coming up. This mom won a grueling 62-mile ultra marathon, but it's what she did during the race that is capturing global headlines. Plus, an unexpected discovery inside a car's taillight. A bit later, we hear from a woman who made the discovery and why she says that wasn't the biggest surprise. Welcome back. Let's check out what's making the rounds on social media now. Now, if you're stressed out and deep breathing or meditation aren't working for you, you might want to try this.
Anything you're holding on to, this is your opportunity. Going in 3, 2, 1,
Well, I wasn't expecting that. In Chicago, folks gather every Sunday to just scream. No sign up, no membership, just show up ready to yell into the void with a bunch of strangers. Participants say it's an effective way to release their emotions without judgment. Because, I mean, you don't want to scream in somebody's face. That'll be a problem. It'd be a problem with me. I know that much. It's become so popular that other chapters of the club have popped up in other cities. So maybe be on the lookout to see where your nearest Scream Club is. Well, being a parent may make some people want to scream at times. A viral moment shows us the quiet struggles of postpartum life and the power of showing up. Let's take a look. Oh, this is so sweet. New mom Janet was surprised by her mom and her sister who flew across the world to see her. Now, she lives in Paris and they live in the U.S. Although her husband was there for support, Janet said she just needed her family, but little did she know they were already on the way. And when they immediately jumped into action, telling Janet here to take a shower and a nap. I'm sure they wanted some QT with that fresh baby. Thousands of women responded to the viral post, and it turned into a global conversation about motherhood and the village every woman needs. Sticking with moms here, this mother and marathon runner took multitasking to a whole new level. Let's check it out. Winning a 100K ultra marathon I don't even want to know how many miles that is. Of course, that's hard, but try taking home the victory while stopping to breastfeed. What? Yeah, that's exactly what Stephanie Case did in North Wales. Case said her winning shows that life doesn't stop when you become a mom. That's right. Shout out to her. Ooh. All right, that's a wrap on Trending. Here's what we're checking out right after this. We all have our hobbies, but for one man in Arizona, number 2, oh my goodness, has become number 1. We'll tell you exactly where you can see it all for yourself. Thank you for staying with us here on Featured. I'm Symphony Privet, and we are continuing to bring you uplifting stories across the country. Let's take it to Missouri now, where a precious treasure was lying on a store's parking lot. A 10-year-old boy picked it up, but didn't keep it to himself. Mike Bush explains how his discovery became someone else's miracle.
You're Cal? Come here. Oh. You don't know how special you are to me.
Some hugs say hello. This one says thank you in a way words never could.
One more hug.
You're watching a reunion between two people who've never met.
Right, what could it be?
But they're bound by one extraordinary act of kindness. More on that in a moment, but first, let's go back to where this all started. In the parking lot of a Costco, there's always a sea of shopping carts and hurried lives. But where most people see pavement, one boy sees possibility.
He has been a finder of things since he was old enough to walk.
It's some sort of metal.
While other kids are looking at their phones,
it's a fly with a fungus.
10-year-old Cal Blank
It's a nut with a face.
likes to look down.
Well, I just have an eye for things that are shiny.
He finds pennies, nickels, quarters, lots of quarters. In Cal's world, the lost becomes found
somewhere in here,
and the tossed becomes treasure. So when Dad took Cal and his little brother to Costco on a Saturday morning, on the way back to the car, it was just another scavenger hunt.
He's got a color blindness, so he can, greens are yellow to him and blues or something, but he can spot things from a mile away.
And that day, something definitely caught his eye. It was shiny and too heavy to be a quarter.
I was like, well, why is it so heavy? So I just put it in my pocket. My pocket was like, meh, just hanging down.
Later that day, he showed his mom.
Then he drops this ring in my hand, and my hand about hits the floor.
In her hand was someone's precious wedding ring, one so special its owners asked us not to show it.
This is a beautiful ring, and someone is missing this terribly.
Which brings us back to that reunion.
Like legally, what do we have to do?
It turns out the ring had more than sparkle, it had a story.
I had all these emotions. I mean,
The diamond had shined for nearly 50 years of May and Alan Praetzel's marriage, and now it was gone.
it was one of the most awful feelings. We kept saying, it's a thing, it's a ring, but it was more than that.
But heartbreak soon turned to hope. Cal's mom had called Costco and learned that someone had indeed reported a missing ring. So Cal returned it, but not before wrapping it in compassion. It was polished, boxed, and paired with a letter from his heart.
I kind of wanted to keep it because it was pretty and shiny. I hope you relax now that you have your ring back. That is exactly right. I did. Thanks to you.
I know where he parks at Costco. And
Sometimes looking down is what lifts everyone else up, especially when you choose to do the right thing.
He is a extremely special kid, and you guys have to be so proud.
One young boy showing that while a diamond is forever, kindness will outshine them all.
Pretty amazing.
It just restores your faith in humanity.
And that was Mike Bush reporting. All right, come over with me to St. Louis now, where the volunteers are taking some dogs out for fresh air. Renee Knott shows us how a stroll in the park is helping to heal the emotional wounds of shelter animals.
They say all dogs go to heaven. Well, at Stray Rescue, there's a couple of angels
I love them as much as I love my own dogs.
helping dogs through a purgatory here on Earth.
The best thing I can do for them is to make their lives as good as it can be while they're here in the shelter.
Pam and Maria are longtime volunteers at the shelter.
I started to volunteer, and that was about 6 years ago, and I never looked back.
They've seen the evils inflicted upon the animals.
We see dogs that come from the brink of death.
It can be heartbreaking.
I can tell you every day that we leave, the first thing you're thinking is, have I done enough today?
They are determined to show the dogs a better life.
The dogs live in the moment, and that I can bring that joyful moment. That is what matters.
And for them, the journey to a dog's life begins with walking.
You know, taking the sights and the smells and the sounds.
The steps
on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm walking at least 12 miles a day.
Are transforming.
That is when I really see their true colors.
A perfect example of what love can do.
The change happening not only for the dogs, but also for their human counterparts.
Made me, it continues to make me a better person, a better human, for sure.
They're establishing a trust.
They don't have to be afraid of people, that people can love them.
With the ultimate goal of one day finding these pups a heaven here on Earth.
It's very happy tears.
A home to call their own.
We want any dog that gets out of the shelter to become a family member.
Forever.
It's like, we've done it well, good job. We got them where they needed to be.
Oh, I love any story with a dog and a happy ending. Now, an average workday for one woman in Pennsylvania turned into quite an adventure. She helped save an endangered bat species. Emily Kress shares how that bat is now being nursed back to health.
Stephanie Hoffmaster works as a parking enforcement officer with the West Hazelton Police Department. Late last week, she was helping someone get their car out of the impound lot when she discovered a bat looking to catch a ride.
Tail light was smashed out, and right inside the tail light, it was hanging. So I'm like, oh no. I got a stick to get it out. It did go out, but it hopped on the ground. It wasn't flying.
So Hoffmaster knew she had to help the tiny creature.
I did get a little plastic baggie out of my car, which is all I had, and I put it in that till I got back to the station, and then I put it in a container, put air holes in it, went home and started contacting people that would be able to take it.
That's how the bat ended up at the Carbon County Environmental Education Center in Summit Hill. Naturalist Susan Gallagher says after taking a look at the bat's features, it was discovered to be a northern long-eared bat.
And it is one that is endangered statewide, but also has federal protection as well. So when we say endangered species, you can be endangered in Pennsylvania and doing well throughout the rest of your range. This is a species that is endangered throughout its range.
Gallagher says the northern long-eared bat population was hit hard after a white nose syndrome outbreak. She says the bat now in their care is dehydrated and underweight.
These bats are tiny animals to begin with, but she's weighing in at only about 4 grams.
Hoffmaster getting the call telling her she helped rescue an endangered species.
At first I almost wanted to cry. I'm like, oh my goodness. But then I was like, wow, that's really cool that we have something like that within our area here. My biggest thing at that point, knowing that they're here and they are in the endangered species list, is to let the public know that if they ever come across a bat, please don't kill it.
If you live in West Hazelton and you have trees in your backyard, it's possible you're home to an endangered species. Every one of these bats counts. Every tree in that neighborhood counts.
Wildlife experts expect to be able to release the bat back into the West Hazelton area in the next few days.
That was Emily Kress reporting. Artificial intelligence continues to be on the forefront of advances in technology across the globe. Stefan Reels speaks to Connecticut researchers who are using the power of AI to upgrade your forecast.
The uncertainty is too high. It's very difficult to get it right with one attempt. I'm showing one storm from 2021. One model or one configuration. This code is only for making the predictions. For me, the more tools we have in our toolbox helps us get further and further into a more realistic forecast.
Make the chaotic nature of Mother Nature a little more precise.
So it gives us a best and worst case scenario.
For these minds here at UConn, that's the goal. Led by Associate Professor Marina Estitha, they're building an AI program to help remove the error of weather by using the data from storms past.
It looks at the thousands and thousands of observations in the past and tries to correct that to go closer to the truth.
How far are we going back? Is it maybe a week? Is it a month, a year, a few years?
Oh, for our work, wind gust, we had storms going back to 2005.
But it won't replace the models meteorologists use. Instead, the program would use the errors from models past to help meteorologists adjust their forecast when it comes to wind or snowstorms, which could then potentially help rework the original model to make it more accurate.
You have to have that extra, the understanding of the meteorologist behind it. Is that going to materialize? Is this outburst is going to happen? Is this cold front really going to give us that thunderstorm?
Whether they're meteorologists or just people thinking, oh, is AI going to take all of the meteorologist jobs? Do you say?
No way. That's not going to happen anytime soon, at least.
That was Stefan Reels reporting. All right, now check this out. A love of Legos, rather, for a young Oregon man helped turn his design into reality. Now, his original idea is now on store shelves. Hey, that's pretty cool. Devon Haskins spoke with the Lego creator about how it all happened.
20-year-old Alex Solly.
So this is part of my Lego collection.
Has a love for Legos.
I have all kinds of things. I mean, I've been collecting for a number of years.
From small.
This is probably my favorite right here, the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
To big.
This is the Titanic.
He's built them all.
This is the Saturn V rocket that took people to the moon in 1969.
His first set was his mom's.
You know, that was always a special set for me, and that's what got me hooked.
And as the years went by, he moved on from building sets.
This is my log cabin.
To designing his own.
So this was my original idea, and then all of the expanded stuff I added.
Using a Lego program online, he says he's built 40 or 50 of them, submitting 6 of them for review.
This is my original model that I submitted.
In 2022, he created a Lego village, modeled after homes in the Italian Riviera.
So my inspiration for this was a trip I was about to take, and I was all excited, and I was doing a bunch of research.
He submitted his idea to Lego.
It's always been a dream.
And after receiving the necessary 10,000 votes from other creators,
I thought this was a cool idea, but I was worried they wouldn't approve it.
Lego designers not only approved it, they helped him perfect it.
Here we go. So this is the Italian Riviera. It is almost 3,300 pieces.
3,251 to be exact. In August, after 3 years of work, it was officially for sale. He says it was a surreal experience putting it together for the first time.
A little bit, yeah.
Some ideas they added.
There's the crab. That's a fun one, too.
Others, his own little surprises.
So there's a mini figure right here of me with my camera, because I'm always taking pictures.
The Grant High School grad is now a junior at Cal Poly and studying computer science, who can proudly say his design made it to store shelves.
It's really fun to like make it your own and pick out all the stories from it and kind of figure out like what it means to you.
Alrighty, that was Devon Haskins reporting. We're taking a quick break, but we'll be right back right after this. Welcome back. Let's head back to Connecticut now for a super-sized spectacle. Jim Altman tells us why the big Idaho potato truck is rolling across the country to spread goodwill.
Torrington, take note. A side dish is the main course supporting Main Street.
So this is the Big Idaho Potato Tour. Basically what we do is we go around to different events, fairs, festivals, parades, just spreading the word about Idaho potatoes.
I'll tell you what, it's a great gimmick.
Welcome to Starch Madness. Making a stop at Zach and Lou's Barbecue.
We're going to go for a little ride today in the Idaho Potato Truck.
Curb appeal meets carb appeal.
It's a lot of fun.
The Big Idaho Potato Truck trailer is hauling a 28-foot long, 10-foot wide, 4-ton potato.
I'm known as Tater Titan with the Big Idaho Potato Truck.
Monty Bullock travels the truck across the country.
Originally it started, it was just going to be a one-time deal for the 75th anniversary of the Idaho Potato Commission. People went nuts over it, and it turned into a 13-year thing now, and we hope it keeps going for a long time to come.
The truck itself has been to all 50 states. Mostly people like to ask if it's real, which is fair because we prompt the question, is it real? And it does look very realistic, but unfortunately, it is fiberglass.
And they insist that beyond the spectacle, this is all in good taste.
We also have a charitable component called A Big Helping, which today we chose Main Street Torrington, which is an organization that helps promote local events. It's one of our favorite parts of being on the road.
I love making people happy. The smiles of kids and both young and old is a lot of fun.
That was Jim Altman reporting. All right, for this next story, we do want to warn you, it might gross you out. Okay, along Route 66 in northern Arizona, one unusual roadside attraction has become a top-rated stop for travelers. A free museum dedicated to fossilized waste. Yeah, you're looking at what you think that is. Kyle Simchuk takes us inside the Pooseum. Oh my word. And tells us how this unusual collection came to be.
When it comes to unusual roadside attractions along Route 66, Williams, Arizona has a museum that's really full of it.
The Pooseum is the world's largest collection of fossilized poop. So it's all from dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals like crocodiles, fish, and even bugs. We have fossilized farts, which are insects trapped in amber that have a gas bubble coming from them.
George Franston takes pride in the 8,000 specimens he's collected and holds 2 Guinness World Records for both the world's largest coprolite collection and the largest single piece of fossilized poop ever unearthed.
It's believed to be from a T-Rex.
Franston's fascination started as a teenager, walking through a rock and fossil shop in Utah.
I saw this really neat thing in a case. It looked like a poo. So I asked the guy, I said, hey, what's the deal with this? And he says, it's a fossilized poop. They're called coprolites. And I was amazed. I was blown away, meaning this thing was funny, it was gross, but it was fascinating.
That fascination never left. After years in the corporate healthcare world, he quit, sold his house, and rolled the dice on a poop museum.
I was absolutely nervous because when you tell people you are going to quit a great job and move from a wonderful neighborhood and neighbors and friends and family to open up a free poo museum, people can be really negative. I had this feeling it would work and that there was nothing else like this in the world, more successful than I could have ever imagined since day one.
Visitors' reactions? Well, kids go nuts. Parents are a bit skeptical at first, but usually leave laughing and learning.
Rarely do I get somebody who just comes in and I'll say poo-poos the whole idea.
Each piece tells a story about life millions of years ago, and Franston says that's what makes his collection more than just a punchline. It's science with a sense of humor.
This is something most people have never seen or heard of. I love sharing it with folks.
Wow. You learn something new. All right, that's Kyle Simchuk reporting. Coming up next, we meet 2 women who are turning their late friendship into a lifelong adventure. Their message for other folks struggling to find a friend. Welcome back. Now, we always hear that it gets harder to make new friends as we get older, but not for 2 women in Ohio. Lindsay Buckingham tells us how they met later in life and why they are now bonded forever.
Yolanda Cruz and Ruth Devereaux are planning their next adventure.
India, treasures of North and South. Okay, we'll find something there.
They're meticulous about choosing the perfect amount of time.
It's like 14 days.
And finding the best ways to get around on their trip.
We can take a train. Let's take a train.
At 74 and 72, some people may be slowing down.
I've been traveling for the last 50 years.
Not this pair. Camel rides, street food, hiking, and snow tubing. These 2 have turned their retirement years into a worldwide tour.
We can race through airports and still be friends.
They act like lifelong friends.
Oh, she's so easy.
But here's the thing, they're not.
Yolanda and I belong to a book club, and I found out that Yolanda liked to travel and she liked to hike, and I do much of the same things.
Their friendship began with a simple invitation, coffee outside during COVID.
And it was freezing cold, and I thought, oh, this isn't a very good first impression.
Yet that first meeting led to inseparable travel companions and countless memories.
And I promptly convinced her that we should go to Sicily.
Then off to Africa, where Ruth helped push Yolanda a little outside her comfort zone.
When we were in Morocco, part of the trip was for our group to ride camels in the Sahara Desert. And I was deathly afraid of this. And then Ruth said, oh, come on, you can go. So I did go. Boy, did I enjoy that.
It's that push and pull that's led them to their most meaningful experiences.
Where you can really connect with the culture and connect with families, people who really live there.
Hole in the wall.
Our favorite restaurant was a hole in a wall. He held up, he said, I have beef bones and lentils, and we said,
oh, lentils.
And we said, okay, and bread. It was like the best.
It was the best food ever.
It was the best food ever.
Yolanda and Ruth met through Kendall at Home, a retirement community that helps seniors age in their own houses while staying connected.
Sometimes, we lose a partner or a spouse, and that loneliness and isolation can be such a challenge. And that sense of human connection, when you see it and feel it, it's a beautiful experience.
If you're hesitating about taking a chance and reaching out, just ask Ruth.
I think you just have to maybe jump out of your comfort zone a little bit, and it's just coffee. Just ask somebody to have coffee. That's all it is.
It's not a common thing to make friends, this late in life. I think if you sort of sat there and did nothing would happen. Invest a little bit of time in some new activity.
Their bond has shown them something profound. There's still so much left to explore.
I hope that we have many more adventures ahead of us. I don't see any reason why not.
Keep working out, keep those knees going.
That's right.
These two show us that life's greatest moments and friendships can happen at any stage. Lindsay Buckingham.
I love that they found each other later in life. And just because you're a little bit older doesn't mean life stops. There's so much more to experience. And that's even if you find someone new to experience life with. Alrighty, now Featured is carried in cities across the country. And we just got our very first message from a viewer. So let's listen in.
This is Grandma
and
Grandpa here in San Diego,
and we saw you
on television,
and it was a shock.
It was
a pleasant.
Yes, it was, and we are so proud of you.
Right.
We love you.
We love you to death. And I want to say congratulations on your wedding tomorrow. Wish I was there.
Wish we were there. We love you.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry. Those are my grandparents in San Diego, California, and my grandfather there is the one that inspired my love of news way back in the day. All right, thank you so much to our producer Jojo for putting in that little surprise, and thank you for tuning in to Featured. Oh, my fiance had something I should have known. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Papa. That's it for this episode of Featured. Until next time, make it a great one.